Who's protecting our children? Welcome again to Spin Cycle America, where we talk about the facts and what is happening here in the world of politics and in the world in general. I'm your host, Todd. We are continuing on our topic on keeping our children safe. So let's get started. Who is protecting our children? Not next week, not next year, but right now. Are you? Where are your kids at right now, this very instant? Do you know where your kids are? Pause this video. It takes only seconds for a child to get abducted. Safety experts often point out that an offender may only need a brief moment or second when a child is distracted, separated from a parent, or alone in a public place such as a park, stores, or parking lots. A child can disappear from sight in less than a minute. As a football coach, I've spent more than 20 years around young people. I've watched boys become men. I've seen them struggle with confidence, peer pressure, social media, and the challenge of growing up. And one thing I know for certain is this: children need adults. They need adults willing to lead them. They need adults willing to show them the way, how to be safe, how to make the right decisions. They need adults willing to listen to them. They need adults willing to protect them. Because whether we want to admit it or not, there are people in this world who prey upon innocence. There are people who seek out vulnerable children. And every single one of us has responsibility to make sure those children are protected. After all, we're, we are going to give this world, this earth, this planet, the United States, wherever you're at, to them one day. So we have a duty. Some issues in America divide us, like politics divide us, religion divide us, economics divide us. But protecting our children shouldn't divide us. Race shouldn't divide us. This should be one issue where every American stands together. A child's safety should never be negotiable. A child's innocence should never be expendable. And a child's future, especially, never should be sacrificed because adult was too distracted or too busy or too afraid to speak up. Yet every day we hear stories of abuse, exploitation, trafficking, and children being taken advantage of by people they trusted. Think about it. Think about that for a moment. Trusted. That's the key word, trusted. Many times, these crimes aren't committed by strangers hiding in the dark. Many times they're committed by people they know. The child knows somebody, knows the person. People who earned trust before they abused it. That's why awareness matters. That's why you need to be willing to sit down and listen to your child. Investigate what they are telling you. The battlefield, the digital battlefield. When I was younger, parents worried about where their kids were going: the park, the movie theaters, the swimming pool. And now we as parents have another wrinkle thrown into that mix. Today, parents worry about the digital battlefield, about who can enter their home through the smartphone. Technology is amazing. It connects us, it educates us, it even entertains us, but it also creates opportunities for people with bad intentions. It can harm us, such as social media, gaming platforms, private messaging, apps, anonymous accounts. All of those can be tools used to manipulate and exploit children. Parents cannot afford to ignore that reality. One problem is you have, as well as some of our political leaders who have used these platforms for the same reason, and others who have not condemned that platform also. So we have political leaders who have used these platforms for that same reason. And some have not even condemned the political leaders for using it, or even others for using it. So let's be honest. Many adults are behind the curve when it comes to technology. Kids understand technology and these platforms better than many adults do, or many parents do. And that's the truth. That's why involvement is so important. Know the apps, know the games, know the people your children are talking to online. Who are they hanging out with? What's the name of that app? What are they watching on TV? Not because you're controlling, but because you're responsible. Be that adult in the room who cares. Be that adult who is looking out for that child. So here's what coaching has taught me. Coaching has taught me that young people who often tell us more through actions than their words. So sometimes a player suddenly becomes withdrawn. Sometimes their grades slip. Sometimes attitude changes. Sometimes confidence disappears. Those changes don't automatically happen or mean abuse or exploitation, but they do mean we should pay attention. We should investigate and find out what is happening. The strongest thing an adult can do is care enough to notice. A simple conversation can reveal a lot. A simple question can open a door. A simple act of listening can make a child feel safe enough to speak. Never underestimate the power of being present. You are, after all, the adult. Open up that dialogue. So here's something to the parents. Let me speak directly to the parents watching. You do not have to be perfect. No parent is. You do not need to have all the answers. You probably don't. You do not need to know every piece of technology, but you do need to stay involved. You need to know your children. You need to know their friends. You need to know their habits. You need to know something feels different. Trust your instincts. Have that difficult conversation, even when they're uncomfortable, especially when they're uncomfortable, because one conversation today may prevent a tragedy tomorrow. Be the parent, not the friend. To the victims, if someone watching this has experienced abuse, exploitation, or trauma, I want you to hear this clearly. What happened to you does not define you. Your value was not taken from you. Your future is not over. There are people who care. There are people willing to help. And there is hope beyond what you've experienced. Speaking up is not weakness. Asking for help is not weakness. Seeking healing is not weakness. It is courage. There's help out there for you, so please ask for it. The worst thing you can do is let your problem go unchecked. So here's a final thought. A society reveals its character by how we protect its most vulnerable people. And there is nobody more vulnerable than a child. The question isn't whether the threat exists. The question is whether we are willing to do, whether we're willing to do something about it. Will we pay attention? Will we stay involved? Will we have the difficult conversation? Will we protect the next generation? Because if we fail them, nothing else really matters. But if we stand together as parents, coaches, teachers, mentors, and citizens, we can make a difference. One child, one family, one community at a time. Thank you for watching. If you found value in today's message, please like, subscribe, and share this video here on Spin Cycle. We tackle tough conversations that matter to families, communities, and our future. Leave a comment below and tell me, what can communities do to better protect our children and support our victims? God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless America. You all have an outstanding day. I will catch you all on the next episode of Spin Cycle America.